What's up, guys? For today's watch review, we're going to be talking about the Citizen AR2.0, or model number AW1150-07E. The reason why I was very interested in this watch is because there are like absolutely zero reviews on this watch. There's some articles on Google, and I think there's like some unboxings on YouTube, but other than that, there's really nothing. And because of that, I was so intrigued by this watch, so I decided to buy it and make my own review. Before we get into the review, let's do a quick wrist check. I'm rocking a G-Shock. This is my GMWB5000, a very popular watch for those of you who are into G-Shocks, and it is fantastic. A little overpriced in my opinion, but still a great watch. Going back to the Citizen, we'll go with our first talking point, which is a 360 view and dimensions. Starting off with the 360 view, very simple watch. Not a lot going on here, but in that aspect, it is great. It's a simple watch. I believe the market is littered with too many watches that have too much going on their faces for no reason. Sometimes it's nice and refreshing to just have a watch that just tells the time, and that's it. And here are the dimensions for you. As you can see, not too big, not too small. There's nothing in your face about these numbers. It's all just a very good, comfortable numbers for an everyday watch. So for the score, I'm going to give dimensions 5 out of 5. Alright, next talking point is price. MSRP for this watch is $225. As we know, MSRP is never reality, so street price, you are looking at more of like $160 on Amazon and eBay. For a score on price, I will give it a 3 out of 5. And the reason why I give it such a low score is because, first of all, MSRP normally is a little bit higher, but it's still roughly is an accurate amount of what you think the watch is worth. And I think $225 is just ridiculous. I don't think this watch comes close to that value. And even at a retail price of $160, I feel like this watch would be more comfortable at the $90 to $100 range, which is not unrealistic to pay for if you're looking at the used market. There's plenty of Citizen AR 2.0s on the used market that are going for that price. I bought this watch used myself. I paid $30 for it, but that was a very good deal. But it is not difficult to find this going for $80 to $90 used. And if you can find one in as good of a quality as mine, then I highly recommend that. So 3 out of 5 for price. Next talking point is functions and features. I will have that information on the screen for you. But just off the get-go, looking straight on the watch face, you've got the date or date window. Pretty self-explanatory there. And then the Echo drive, so solar powered, which is always a great thing. And the indices have illumination on them, or the lume paint, and then water resistance 100 meters, so 333 feet. Pretty standard, nothing crazy, but also that's what makes this watch so great, is its simplicity. So for functions and features, I give it a 4 out of 5. The reason why it doesn't get a perfect score is because if it's a quartz watch or a battery powered watch, I always prefer there to be an optional backlight. The fact that this model comes with no backlight, I think that's the one thing that would really make this watch just phenomenal for everyone. Next talking point is illumination. So let's go ahead and cue in the footage for this watch in a dark room. And as you can see, you've got the standard Citizen lume. Not too great, not that I've noticed yet. Normally with Citizen watches, I'm used to when you come back inside from being outdoors, like your watch is glowing. Not so much on this one. So for the illumination, I give this a 3 out of 5. And that's just because it doesn't really last very long. I think probably 1 hour into the night and your watch will no longer be glowing. Next talking point is visibility. For me, I think visibility is just fine because there is nothing going on the face. It's very easy to quickly identify your hour and minute hand, and the indices are clearly labeled or clearly identifiable for you to tell the time. So for visibility, I give it 5 out of 5. Next talking point is the button and crown placement. Obviously there's only a crown. Let's go ahead and take this time to show you what it looks like on the wrist. Crown is at the standard 3 o'clock position, and you do have some crown guards. Not too much. There's a lip around the crown for you to kind of put your finger in there and pull it out, but other than that, I think the crown is comfortably well within the crown guards, and it doesn't dig in or anything. The edges are very smooth and rounded out, so it all is just a very comfortable package. So for button and crown placement, I give it 5 out of 5. Next talking point is band quality and comfort. Normally I am not a fan of resin or silicone bands just because mostly they end up being very grippy and sticky, so which equates to a very high sweat factor. But however, on this watch, it is fantastic. It almost feels like there's always a small coating of some kind of baby powder, so it doesn't ever stick to your skin. There is not a grip factor, so you don't have to worry about sweat. Obviously, if you're tightening the crap out of the band, then you're gonna sweat because your skin can't breathe. But if you just wear it comfortably, it slides on the skin just fine. Really, of all these silicone, rubber, resin bands I have owned, and I own a lot of watches, this is probably the best feeling. It's very soft, very comfortable. So for band quality and comfort, I give it a 5 out of 5. Now, whether it lasts the test of time is a different story. Obviously, if you expose your silicone or resin bands to harsh chemicals on a daily basis, then it will experience dry rot and crack very quickly. I recommend just washing your bands with warm water and then drying them immediately afterwards. So 5 out of 5 for band quality and comfort. Next talking point and last talking point is my overall thoughts and should you buy this watch. So starting off with the overall score, this gets an overall score of 4.2 out of 5. I agree with that score. I believe it accurately represents my thoughts. Really, the main thing that makes this watch so appealing is its simplicity. Like I said before, the watch market is so crowded with so many different styles. It's so refreshing to come across a watch that just tells you the time and that's it. It's solar powered, so as long as you leave it out in the sun, you wear it, for 20 minutes every day outside, you don't have to worry about it. The Citizen Echo Drive has a proven track record. It's so comfortable, and really when it comes to an everyday watch, you want one that is low maintenance and doesn't require a lot of attention, and the AR 2.0 is just that. Very low maintenance, requires very little attention. I think I would have preferred a brushed finish. This chrome finish, I don't know how resilient this is going to be. Obviously, over time, if it just completely fails on me and it just gets all scratched up, I will give you an updated review. But so far, after about a week of wearing this, I have zero indications of any kind of wear and tear. Disclaimer, I do not treat my watches roughly. I don't torture them. I'm very careful with them. I try to avoid banging them against things. So my watches normally will show very minimal signs of wear anyways, but sometimes a watch will have scratches on it no matter what, even just by brushing up against a towel or something. So far so good. As far as whether or not you should buy it, I think that if you are not obsessed about watches and you just need something to tell the time, I highly recommend this watch. There's plenty of other watches out there that accomplish the same thing, and this is one of those watches that I will recommend to you. There's a plethora of simple watches out there. And if this one meets your price range and you like the fact that it's solar powered and you like the name, you know, Citizen, you want a respected watch company so you don't have some cheapo piece of crap on your watch, then I recommend this. You really can't go wrong with this. So that's all I gotta say. I hope that this video helps you with your next watch purchase. Thank you for watching, and tune in for my next review. Alright, bye.